JB, in terms of addressing just a little bit of slippage here and there from the turnover standpoint, what are teams doing differently to adjust or keeping you guys from forcing the turnovers that you had in previous games?
I think it's our attention to detail and doing what we do over and over and over again. One of the things that you have to be prepared for is, coming into games, teams prepare for you. You know what I mean? So they watch you play, they see where their turnovers are being created, they're a little more sure with the ball. So that's something that, our goal isn't to go out and turn people over. Our goal is to be disruptive defensively, to be solid defensively. We're not looking to just run around getting steals, but missing some and then putting pressure on the rest of our defense. The goal is, how do we keep teams in front of us as best as we possibly can, make them have to take contested shots instead of ending up in open shots. And because of some of the things that we've done, we've been able to force teams into turnovers because of our guys' IQ and their ability to anticipate. We've been able to do that. But we're not out here just gambling, hunting for steals.
The third quarter, this team's had third quarter issues, even prior to you arriving for whatever reason. Did you go back and look? Was there anything that you could see that kind of happened in terms of?
Yeah, we talked about it, and we talked about it earlier in the year, as well. When you look at some of our losses, whether it was Sacramento on the road, Phoenix last night as well, the third quarters have been difficult for us, and we've kind of taken our foot off the gas a little bit. And, we addressed it as the guys recognize it, and I expect it to change, but in other circumstances, we've had some really good third quarters too. And, as we're building and just figuring out who we are, the hardest thing that we talk about is, to be a good player, you got to be consistent. To be a good team, you got to be consistent. So that's what we're in the hunt for right now, is that consistency. And, for the most part, I think we've been pretty good. But you have those moments, and we have to find ways out of those moments.
How did you like the response from your guys after yesterday coming back? And you had a long stretch, a lot of games, a lot of.
Yeah, just looking at the minutes that these guys have been playing, guys are frustrated and pissed off, not in a negative way by any means, but our guys are competitive and they like to win, and we put ourselves in position to win 2 games. So, guys are upset about it. They're a little pissed off, and it's good. But they understand, why they're upset, for the right reasons. It's not a selfish, I didn't get enough shots reason. It's not a, I didn't get enough minutes reason. It's, as a group, we lost, and they don't like that taste.
Given that you guys have won, I think, 8 of 9 games, not to lose 2 straight, is that a sign that, maybe guys have the right mindset, considering that, it's a 2-game skid, but before that, there have been a good run, so clearly this hasn't been the norm for this group.
Right, and that's the thing, is by no means, has anybody hit the panic button, but we just want to be better, and I think that's, that's a good thing, is like, as a group, everybody wants to be better, and, when you're in this business, everybody's, searching for perfection. Haven't seen a team that's gotten there yet, but our guys are hunting for it, and they get frustrated when things happen to them as a whole, or something happens to one guy. Like, as a unit, they get frustrated about it. So that's a good thing, and it's a positive sign for our team.
When you talk about the frustrations, how much have you been able to give explanations for it? When you look at, I think you guys have been outscored 34 points over the last 3 games from the free throw line. Have you found any reasoning or rationale for the consistencies or inconsistencies in terms of how games? Not trying to get you, what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you're asking questions. Have you been able to find any answers or any explanations for when can you get to sort of some consistency with how games are being called?
Honestly, we're as perplexed as anybody. We don't play, a soft perimeter-oriented game. We got guys that drive to the basket. We attack the paint as much as anybody. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep my $25,000 in my pocket.
But you see what I'm trying to.
I understand. Yeah, it's difficult.
One crew to the next,
right?
Doesn't have the same interpretation of it.
Well, it's difficult because like our team searching for consistency, it's difficult. And, it's frustrating at moments. Like Mike Conley, I think he gets fouled. And I don't think he gets, the calls that he should get, to be honest with you. And it's frustrating. You think about that Clipper game. And, so we've got to figure out a way, because of the style that we play, it's different. You know what I mean? Like the way that we're playing is different. And, when referees come to Memphis or ref a Grizzlies game, it may look different, but just because you look different doesn't mean it's wrong. And I think that's something that as we continue to do it, hopefully we'll get that reputation and people will get more comfortable and we'll be more comfortable to people's eyes. And, what appears to be a foul won't always be a foul because, our guys' technique is so sound and they're getting to spots early.
What does this team or the coaching staff been looking for out of Marshawn Brooks?
His job is difficult, to be honest with you. We expect him to give us a scoring punch off the bench. And, it's not going to be in long stretches. So that's hard. That's probably the hardest thing in the league to do, is to come off the bench and get buckets in a short period of time. But he's accepted it. He's given it his best effort at it. We can do things more as a staff to help him, put him in some different pick and roll situations, just to help him out, help facilitate that stuff. But, he's in a tough spot with what we're asking him.
From a mindset standpoint, how do you adapt to that role of having to be instant offense? Is it just what you do in practice? I mean, do you need heating pass on the bench? Like, what do you do?
I mean, he is, naturally a bucket getter. You know what I mean? So there's certain guys that just have that mindset, and you got to just embrace it and understand it. And you got to, as a coaching staff and as a player, you just got to have the courage to let it ride, and that's when you'll have your success.